こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we're studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask me at any time. I'm going to continue with Immersion with Card Captor Sakura.
あれは僕のパパの絵なんだ。パパが僕を描いてくれた絵なのに、誰かが勝手に変えたんだ。あの女を描き足したんだ。
そんなバカな。
僕を描いてくれた絵なのに、誰かが勝手に変えたんだ。あの女を描き足したんだ。
そんな
バカな. I guess that's crazy. How it might be used there. Let's see. It usually gets used for idiot, but it doesn't sound like he's saying that, though. What a crazy or no way. Such a stupid. So that kind of crazy. Sona bakana. That's ridiculous. No way, okay. Sona bakana. So stupid, crazy, ridiculous. Okay, Sona bakana.
僕を描いてくれた絵なのに、誰かが勝手に変えたんだ。あの女を描き足したんだ。
そんなバカな。あ、待て。
この
おとなしくして。
See, Oto Nashkushite. Let's see, Oto. Let's see, Nashkushite. Shite. Let's see, Nashi maybe? Oto Nashkushite. Let's see, do you recognize the word if I write it like this? Oton. Let's see, Otonashi. Gentle, quiet, mild, meek, obedient, docile. Okay, so this is, yep, it's otonashi. So this is an adverb from otonashku, and then shiten. In other words, do the adverb form. So otonash. So do quietly, essentially, do mildly, obediently, or docilely. Let's see, quietly, submissively, obediently, meekly. Otonashku. Let's be quiet or do quietly, essentially, I guess. Otonashku shite.
おとなしくして。おとなしくして。さあ、こっちに来なさい。
Sa, sa kochi ni kinasai. In other words, well, come in this direction or come here. See, sa. Okay, well, okay, so sa kochi ni kinasai. Okay, notice he said nasai. When you want to say something more command line, you tend to use this form instead of sudo words. You use the nasaru word. And you essentially attach it as kinasai because it attaches to the kudu's key stem.
おとなしくして。さあ、こっちに来なさい。
微笑み立花展開。微笑み立花展開。
微笑み立花展開. Interesting, that's not subtitled. 微笑み立花展開. Tachiban Tenkai. Tachibana Tenkai. Tachibana. This is probably 10. And then it says Kai as an ocean Kai. Tenkai. Heaven, sky, ocean, sea. It's probably a name. Let's see. Tachibana. Tachibana orange citrus. Okay, so it's so some type of orange plant, and then Tenkai. Oh, that's the kanji for to make, I believe. On the right, the one that has nothing above it. Yes. So in other words, that's probably the name of the person who made it. Tachiban Tenkai is who made it. And then Ho Ho Emi Smile. Hohoemu, to smile. Made from minuteness, insignificant, delicate, and then laugh. Warau, and then kasuka. Okay, wararu.
Hohoemi Tachibana Tenkai. さくらちゃん、もう集合時間ですわよ。さくらちゃん、もう集合時間です。
Hugo. Okay. Let's see. Mo shugo jikan desu wa. Shugo jikan. Time appointment for meeting. Gather meeting. Fit join. Okay. And this by itself is Shugo meeting up. So Shugo's meeting up, and then Shugo Jikan is meeting time. Shugo is a pseudo verb. So mo Shugo Jikan desu wa yo. So it's nearly time for the meeting. Well, already time. Let's see. How do they change it? It's time to meet up. Okay, it is time to meet up already. It's time to meet up, you know. Adverb meaning now or already. In this context, it emphasizes that the time for gathering has arrived, often implying a sense of urgency, or that the listener should have been ready by now. Okay. So, mo shugo jikan desu wa yo.
さくらちゃん、もう集合時間ですわよ。
Ninen ni kumi. So, nin is year, so second year. What is kumi? Class. I had a feeling it was going to be class. Ninen ni kumi. Tachiba. Yeah, Tachiba na Yuki. Okay. Tachibana. Citrus. Oh, an orange tree, or a type of orange tree, essentially. Tachibana. So Yuki Tachibana or Tachibana Yuki.
Mo shugo jikan desu wa yo. 美術館の絵が動いた？
美術館の絵が動く、動いた. Or it looks right to move. So the art museum's painting moved. 美術館の絵が動いた.
美術館の絵が動いた。そしたら急に音が聞こえなくなって。
そしたら
一瞬だ。美術館の絵が動いた。そしたら急に音が
そしたら急に音が聞こえなくなった. So this is from 聞こえる, which is, I think it's supposed to be to hear, and then 聞こえない to not hear, and then put it in adverbial form 聞こえなく. So not hearingly, and then natte, which is connected form of naru to become. So it became not hearingly. So it became unable to hear. So yes, and then yes, and when that happened, suddenly sounds became not hearable. In other words, all of a sudden she couldn't hear anything. Koeru, to be heard. Intransitive. So that's right, it's not here because it's intransitive, it's to be heard. And so the sounds became hearable. Yeah, because in Japanese, you don't always say things from your perspective. You can say, like, an inanimate object did something. And in this case, the sound became the unhearable. Kikoeru, to be heard, okay. Let's see. What is the difference between Soshite and Soshitara? Okay, Soshite is a conjunction meaning and or used to link events in chronological sequence or add information. It derives from Soshite, do, so, and functions as a standard, somewhat formal bookish connector. For example, I went to the department store and then I drank tea. Soshitara is a colloquial contraction of Soshitara. Okay, so they just dropped the U in that, okay. If that is the case, or when or if you do that, it implies that a conditional relationship or consequent rather than a simple addition, often translated into then and or so in the sense of if that happens, then it follows. So when she saw the picture move, it then sounds became unhearable. This is from this would be from Soshitara. Soshitara, 急に音が聞こえなくなって。
美術館の絵が動いた。うん。そしたら急に音が聞こえなくなって一瞬だけだったんだけど。そしたら急に音が聞こえなくなって一瞬だけ。
あ、一瞬だけだったんだけ。Okay, だけどだったんだけど。Okay. So 一瞬 is like one moment, but okay, it was one moment. So it to be one moment, but instant moment for an instant. So it's this is like saying it is that it was one moment. So 一瞬一瞬だけだったんだけど。Yeah, this I couldn't hear anything anymore. It was just for a split second though. Wink, blink, twinkle, and then one. Okay. Oh, konnichiwa, Zoe1251. Genki desu ka? Shitsumon ga arimasu ka? Are there any questions so far? Let's see. Card Captor, yeah. Yes, this is Card Captor Sakura. Yeah. Soshitara. Yes, okay, a little okay. Dake. Okay. Ishun dake dake okay. I noticed you're using do a lot when you're writing it out. It's actually da, not do. That is dake data and datan and then dake. I'm not sure if you were just typing it wrong or you thought it was O on the end.
そしたら急に音が聞こえなくなって一瞬だけだったんだけど、まさかあれかな。
Masaka are kana. So the Masaka, I think that says one would expect. It, is that? I'm guessing that's what that areka is. Is that? Oh no. Let's see. By no means never. Okay. Oh, that's right. Sasuga is that as one would expect. So Masaka's more like it can't be. Yeah. Is that? See Masaka. No, no way. It can't be. Okay. Yeah. Masaka are kana?
うん。そしたら急に音が聞こえなくなって一瞬だけだったんだけど、まさかあれかな。不幸な死を遂げた不運の画家の怨念がとかって。
Ooh. Hi. Let's see. I'm not sure what you were trying to say with that last statement. Like, Magyaku? Oh, the exact opposite. Oh, you were talking about yeah, okay, you were talking about when I was confusing, Sasuga. Okay, yeah, that's right, yeah. Magyaku. Oh, wow, they're the same kanji, but I've actually never seen that word used. Magyaku, okay. Okay, let's see. Fukona, okay, unhappiness, sorrow, misfortune. So an unfortunate death, I assume that means, let's see. Fukona, oh, Togeta, from Togeru, to accomplish, to achieve, to carry out. Boon, misfortune. Let's see, unfortunate death carried out. Misfortune, Gaka. An unfortunate artist, Gaka. Okay, no. Onin, deep-seated grudge. So an unfortunate artist's deep-seated grudge. Tokate. Yeah, I think there's some particles missing in this. To explain the grammar of this. What particles are missing from this? Okay, if this is part of a large sentence, the resentment and unfortunate painter who died an unfortunate death is, okay, the missing element, okay, it's the verb, okay. If you're looking for, is there supposed to be a particle after the togeta? There's no particle required after togeta in the phrase. It is a relative clause modifying the noun. Unfortunate painter. Okay, in Japanese, relative clauses directly precede the noun they modify, and no connecting particles used between the end of the relative clause and the noun. Structure. Who met an unfortunate death, unfortunate painter. Okay. What does the clause modify? It modifies the entire phrase. Funogaka. So can it only modify the fun? Oh, konnichiwa, Bear Vouch, Safe Junior. The Tokate is a translation's difficult. If I understand it correctly, I believe Toka is basically a non-exclusive and the sute is actually shorthand for toiyu. There could also be toshite. I have to take that into consideration. The sute could either be toiyu or toshite. But I believe the toka is a non-exclusive and sort of like using the particle ya, though I don't really know why ya gets used versus toka. With to being the exclusive and. let's see, this is like the vengeful spirit of some unlucky painter who met an untimely death, or something like that. Let's see, if I get rid of the sute, what does it do to the translation? Does not affect it. Okay. Then again, depot is not that precise. Yeah, so, from my understanding, Toei can essentially be used as the equivalent of the wa or ga particle. Uh, but anyway, sute in general, it can either be an abbreviation of toshite or toiyu, and you just have to know from context which is correct. Oh. And the fact it ends with toka means basically making a list, but they're not finishing the list. Oh, maybe that's why they use toka instead of ya, because ya requires something on the other side. But okay, this translation says, like the vengeful spirit of some unlucky painter who met an untimely death, or something like that, with a toka giving the something like that kind of meaning to it. Because you're just listing one possible option, but implying that there were other options. Let me see that question I asked. Okay, no, that full clause in the beginning can not only modify that one word. Okay, in this construction, in Japanese, a relative clause directly and it immediately modifies the single noun or noun phrase that follows it. Okay, the clause is followed by the noun phrase, unfortunate painter. So it modifies the entire painter, describing him as one who met an unfortunate death. The particle no connects unfortunate to painter to form a single phrase meaning unfortunate painter. The relative clause does not attach to the adjective alone. So does no in general tell you the the clause before it attaches to a noun phrase instead? Okay, the note does not indicate that the preceding clause attaches to a noun phrase. Instead, it is the structure itself that defines relationship. In Japanese, relative clauses directly immediately precedes the noun or noun phrase. Okay. How do you know if a clause attaches to a noun phrase or just the word after it? See, a relative clause in Japanese always modifies the entire noun phrase that immediately follows it, not just a single word. You determine what it modifies by finding the complete noun phrase, which can include adjectives and other nouns and particles like no directly after the clause. For example, blah, the clause modifies the entire noun phrase. Unfortunate painter, okay. So, fukou nashi, so unhappiness, okay, so misfortune. Fukou nashi o togetta. To end with, okay. So ended with an unfortunate death, I guess. Togeru. Fuko na shio togetta. Fun no gakka no onin. Grudge, hatred. Ga tokate. The vengeful spirit. Okay. So misfortune, painter's grudge. Okay, so and this is like the vengeful spirit, some unlucky painter who met an untimely death or something like that. Let's see. Let's look at these kanjis. Okay, the first one has that little kanji, tends to be used for negating things, and the second one means happiness. So negating happiness would be unhappiness and misfortune, and shi for death. Then its kanji is used in consume, accomplish, attain. Let's see, and then here's that negation kanji again, boon, and then carry, luck, destiny, fate. So negative luck would be bad luck, or goes to Foon, okay, and then Gakka, that's picture, and then that's both formal, expert, professional, family, home. Is that the kanji ie? Yes, it is. Picture and home basically makes painter, artist, okay, and then onin, grudge and wish, and that makes deep-seated grudge or hatred, basically a wish for hatred or grudge, okay. So onin, so so fuko na shio sugeta fuun no gakka no onin ga tokate.
不幸な死を遂げた不運の画家の怨念がとかってきっとあの絵は呪われててそれで
きっと surely so あの絵は
きっとあの絵は呪われててそれで画家の怨念がとかってきっとあの絵は呪われてて
see 割れててそれで Nodo, to curse, to put a curse on, to detest. Hito, Manoe, that painting, Nodo, so it's to curse, and then Nodo Wareru would be receive curse. So Nodo Wararete would be that in its connecting form, and then Ite is just Idu in the connecting form again, so it's continuously cursed in the connecting form. So in other words, surely that painting is cursed. And then sorede, therefore, from that, okay. So, noro wa waretete.
不運の画家の怨念がとかってきっとあの絵は呪われてて、それでそんなに怖かったんですの？
そんなに怖かったんですの? So, is it that scary?
きっとあの絵は呪われてて、それでそんなに怖かったんですの？あの時は全然怖くなかった。
Ano toki wa, so when, no, this is being used like a noun, so at that time, I guess, zenzen kowaku, kowaku natta. Oh, kowaku nakata. That's right, it's negative, okay. Zenzen kowaku nakata. So, at that time, it wasn't scary at all. Ano toki wa zenzen kowaku nakata.
さくらちゃん、お化けや幽霊には敏感でしょ？さくらちゃん、お化けや幽霊には敏感。
Sakura-chan, obake ya yurei ni wa obake. Oh, they're using it to mean ghosts and spirits, okay. I think obake can mean more than just ghost, though. Sakura-chan, obake ya yurei ni wa. Notice she used the non-exclusive and right here, yeah. Okay. Binkan, sensitive, alert, aware, susceptible. So uh, so in other words, you're pretty sensitive to ghosts and spirits, aren't you? I think in English it might be more easily translated to you're pretty scared of ghosts and spirits. I think sensitive is probably just a slight word usage difference. So Beancan from agile, alert, cleverness, emotions, feeling. Okay, Beancan. In other words, agile emotions, or aka sensitive. Beancan. Sakura-chan, obake ya yurei ni wa binkan desho ka?
の時は全然怖くなかった。さくらちゃん、お化けや幽霊には敏感でしょ。ということはひょっとするんじゃありません？さくらちゃん、お化けや幽霊には敏感でしょ。ということは
と、ということは I think that's sort of like that said, or that said thing, essentially. So as for that said thing, or as for the subject, ということはひょっとするんじゃありません. So something doesn't exist. ひょっと possibly, perhaps, unintentionally. So in other words, to do possibly of not existing. Okay. ということはひょっとするんじゃありません. Wait, they're using ありません. I can sometimes have a more of a have connotation to it. Let's see what the translator decides. So could it be just the possibility? Okay, it's getting confused. I think it's trying to say, could it be as for the said subject, or could it be possible that they don't exist? Or in other words, could it be possible that it's not a ghost or spirit? I think that's what she's trying to say. Toいうことはひょっとするんじゃありません. Let's see. Unintentionally, accidentally, perhaps chance.
ですな。あの時は全然怖くなかった。さくらちゃん、お化けや幽霊には敏感でしょ。ということはひょっとするんじゃありません？あ、クローカード。
Okay, yep, I figured that's what she's saying. Could it possibly not be a ghost or spirit?
ひょっとするんじゃありません？あ、クローカード。
Cloud card or cloud card.
一緒に確かめましょう。あ、クローカード。一緒に確か
一緒に
めましょう。
しかめしょう. Let's see.
一緒に確かめま。
Oh, 確か. Okay. 一緒に確かめしょう. Let's see. 確かめる to make sure, to check, to ascertain. I feel like we're going to see that word a lot in this series. 確かめる. 確かめしょう. So, shall we make sure together? 一緒に確かめましょう。
クローカード。クローカード。一緒に確かめましょう。
生徒たちの話声 in other words, student conversation voices. Students chatting essentially. 生徒たちの話し声。
クローカード。一緒に確かめましょう。
I missed the traffic light.
さくらちゃん？こんばんは。
ゆきとさん。
どうしたんだい、こんな夜遅くに。こんばんは。
ゆきとさん。
どうしたんだい。
どうしたんだいこんな
夜遅くに。こんばんは。
ゆきとさん。
どうしたんだい、こんな夜遅くに。
内容特にOh, that's right. This die is just the da particle, but it's said in a little more casual, softer way, so it's said as die. So dostan dai, or uh, wow, it's not what. Isn't that like what happened? Not so much what's going on, but what's happened, or something like that. Yoru osoku, late at night at a late hour. So that's basically evening and then late. Osoi. Is yoru osoi a word? Yoru osoi. Yes, not one word. It's not like evening and slow. Okay, yeah. Yoru osoku, adverb. Late at night. It can also be a noun, yeah, okay, so that's how it's being used here because it's with the ni particle. It's being used as a noun. Yoru osoku. So this kind of late at night and Translator translates this to what's up. Okay, that's right. Dostan, dosta, or what happened can also mean like what's up, like what's been going on. That's right. So dostan dai kona yoru osoku ni. It's so late at night. Why is the ni there exactly? Why is there ni in this? It connects the noun phrase kona yoru osoku, this late at night, to the implied or preceding verb, turning the time expression to an adverbial modifier. It translates to at this late hour or in this late hour. What type of ni is this? What type of ni is this? Oh, that's right. Ni is for time particles. I was thinking de. Yeah, de's from talking about exact periods. Ni's for marking time. That's right. Why is it? Why is it doshtan instead of doshite in this phrase? Doshitandai, okay, what's wrong or what happened is derived from sudo in the past tense, asking about the change in state or specific event. Doshite means why. And as for a reason or cause, in this context, kona yoru osoku ni as the speaker is observing that someone is still awake or active and asking what is wrong or what is happening, not necessarily asking for the logical reason why they are awake. So someone is still awake or active and asking what is wrong or what is happening. Not necessarily asking for the logical reason why they are awake. Therefore, doshtan is appropriate. Doshitandai is appropriate phrase to express concern, curiosity about the person's current situation. Using doshite here would sound unnatural because it would translate to why are you awake at this late hour, which sounds accusatory or overly formal, whereas doshitan is casual, concerned inquiry about the person's state. So doshite is about like why are you doing, and doshita is about why did you do. In other words, what happened. So doshitandai kona yoru osoku ni.
こんばんは。
ゆきとさん。
どうしたんだいこんな夜遅くに。
お月様でも見ようかなと思って。
こんな夜遅くに。
お月様でも見よう。
お月様でも見ようかなと思って。Let's see. This is Miyo, so this is so basically I thought shower see the moon. Otsuki-sama demo miyo kana to omotte. The moon, okay. Oh, I was thinking maybe I'd go look at the moon, okay.
どうしたんだいこんな夜遅くに。
お月様でも見ようかなと思って。
星もいっぱい出てるしね。
様でも見ようかなと思って。
星。
星、星もいっぱい。So completely 出てる. Completely in the middle of coming out. So in other words, it's completely out. Oh, Hoshi's the stars. That's right. This is stars, Hoshi. So the stars are also out. Hoshi mo ippai, or in other words, they're completely out. So Hoshi mo ippai moteru shi shine. And I think this is like a logical reasoning kind of shi. Let's see. There are plenty of stars out too. I get rid of the she. I have to change the translation. There's plenty of stars out tonight too.
Te.
星もいっぱい出てるしね。トヤいるかな。星もいっぱい出てるしね。トヤいる。
Toya iru kana. So Toya, is there Toya, or does Toya exist? In other words, is Toya, I'm guessing it's supposed to mean something like, is Toya with you? Or maybe, oh, maybe it's probably more like, is Toya here? I think it's probably more like that. Toya iru kana.
でも見ようかなと思って。
星もいっぱい出てるしね。トヤいるかな。
はい、います。
Yes, yes, he exists. In other words, yes, he's here. Hi, imasu.
星もいっぱい出てるしね。トヤいるかな。
はい、います。お兄ちゃんには。
お兄ちゃんには、so, well, as for my brother,
さくらちゃんは2階で寝てるんだよね。は2階。
お兄ちゃんには。
さくらちゃん。
Sakura-chan wa, 2階で寝てるんだよね. So, as for Sakura-chan, she's sleeping on the second floor. Yeah, that dash basically to show its location. So second floor, Nikai, and then Neteru in the middle of sleeping, continuous version of Neru to sleep. So さくらちゃんは2階で寝てる。いや、さくらちゃんは2階で寝てるんだよね。
います。お兄ちゃんには。
さくらちゃんは2階で寝てるんだよね。今夜はもう会えないんだ。
お兄ちゃんには。
さくらちゃんは2階で寝てるんだよね。今夜
はもう会えないだ。So, 今夜 this evening, that's for this evening. Let's see, 会えない not able to meet. Let's see, Mo is already, but used in the negative sense, it's Konya. Yeah. Not anymore. Not any longer. Let's see. Right. Why is Mo in it indicates the opportunity to meet has passed or is no longer available. So already not able to meet. Meaning in a negative context. When paired with negative, I translates to low, no longer, anymore nuance. It conveys a sense of finality or resignation, suggestion that despite previous intentions or possibilities, meeting is now impossible for the rest of the night. It's the sentence essentially means I can't meet you anymore tonight, or it's too late to meet tonight. Hmm.
お兄ちゃんには。
さくらちゃんは
Sakura-chan. See, Sakura-chan's asleep upstairs, isn't she? I guess I will not be able to meet her tonight.
2階で寝てるんだよね。今夜はもう会え。
Let's try both sentences and see if we can translate that a little better. So already or basically no longer possible, okay. Cannot meet it translates to no longer, not anymore, so I'm not able to meet any longer. So, Konya wa mo aenai da. So I'm not able to meet Sakura-chan anymore tonight.
さくらちゃんは2階で寝てるんだよね。今夜はもう会えないんだ。
ゆきとさん。
でも あまり夜更かししちゃダメだよ。
ゆきとさん。
でも
でも、あまり
夜更かししちゃ。
ゆきとさん。
でも
夜更かし staying up late, sitting up late at night, keeping late hours to grow さらに new unused further. So it basically has a further mean. So further from the evening. Night means staying up late because you're going further from night. So yobukashi. Yobukashi. Remainder, remnant, rest, balance. Too much, excessively. Extreme, okay. So, でも、あまり夜更かししちゃ Oh, this is probably cha. This is probably from the conditional eba shicha. Probably shinakereba. Let's see if that's the correct conjugation. Shinakereba. Explain the grammar of this. This should be the negative form. Mari. Shicha. Shite ba ikenai. Isn't shicha from shinakereba? Shinakereba. Oh, that's right. I was thinking kya. It's shikya would be from shinakereba. Shicha is a casual contraction of shitewa. Oh, that's right. What about shikya? Let's see. Yeah, shikia is a valid contraction Japanese. It comes from the conditional surebu. Isn't it shirebu? Oh, it's sureba. Yeah, it's for the positive, and shinakereba for the negative. Okay. Let's see. Surebu, surya, shikya. Both surya and shikya are extremely casual contractive surebu. How do you contract shinakereba then? Oh, shinakya. Okay, shinakya is how you do it. So, demo amari yofu kashi shicha dame. So, which is a contraction for yofu kashi shite wa dame. So, in other words, so as for the topic of staying up late, it's bad. Or in other words, don't stay up too late. Demo. My birthday is Amari, so this is like a little late, I guess. So, and this somehow means, but you shouldn't stay up too late. Explain the grammar of. So much or very much. It's typically used with negative. So, oh, that's right. It's being used with negative. So, in other words, without Amari, it would be like, uh, don't stay up late. But we're not saying don't stay up late. We're saying we can do a little of staying up, but not anything more than a little. We can so in other words, you can stay up late, but don't stay up too late. So amari yofu kashi shicha dame da yo. So demo amari yofukashi. Demo amari yofukashi. でもあまり夜更かししちゃダメだよ。
今夜はもう会えないんだ。
ゆきとさん。
でもあまり夜更かししちゃダメだよ。
しょぼんとしたり喜んだり忙しやっちゃな。
しょぼんとしたりしょぼんとしたり喜んだり忙しいやちゃなししょぼん downheartedly, dejected, disheartenedly, despondently. So, despondently, okay, and then yorokon, yorokobu, to be delighted. Isogashi, to be busy. So, things like being shobo, dejected, things like being delighted or glad. Busy, then yorcha. Oh, is this supposed to be like, yeah, Kereba or something like that? Let's see. Find the grammar of this. Is a colloquial informal Japanese phrase that lists emotional states or situations using specific grammatical structure to express a sense of resignation or sympathy. It can be translated to, it's a pain when you get down, then happy, then busy. Why do you have to be, let's see, sad, happy, then busy? Let's see. Yorokobu becomes yorokondari, okay. Shobon, gloomy, depressed. Isogashi, busy. Sogashitari, okay. Find the Yachana. Appears to be a poetic or expressive sentence, possibly. Okay, no. Yachana. Okay. Shobonto is an adverbial expression describing a dejected, downcast, sad mood, and then shitari comes from the grammatical structure tari. So tari is used to list non-exhaustive examples. Shobon to suru means to look dejected, to be down in the dumps. Yora kobu means to rejoice, be happy. Yora kondari is past tense form used in tari. Okay, so shibon to shitari yorokondari means being dejected, sometimes being happy other times, essentially describing emotional ups and downs, a fluctuating mood. Okay, this structure sets up a list of contrasting emotional states leading into the final evaluation comment isogashi ya chana. Okay, is a highly colloquial and expressive contraction. It does not mean busy person. But rather serves as emotional exclamation about the state of being busy, specifically the busyness of emotional life suggested by the earlier. Okay. The core yachana lies a contraction of yaru. Okay. Oh, this is from yaru. So yatte. Oh, yatte shimau. No, it can't be that because there's no u there. This is Kansai Ben. Explain in English. This is Kansai Ben. Explain in English. Cha from the show. Okay. Is your cha the equivalent of the show? That doesn't seem right. See, explain Yacha from Kansai Ben. Let's see, Yacha is a contraction of Yatsuya or Yatsuda, meaning person guy. What type of person? It's a common term in Osaka dialect. Used to describe someone's character or nature, often with a nuance of affection, surprise, or mild criticism. So your emotions, let's say, been busy tonight, going back and forth between feeling down and feeling happy. Maybe they mean today. So basically, yacha is short for yatsuya. So, shobon to shitari, yorokondari, isogashi, let's see, shobon to shitari, yorokondari, isogashi yacha na. So you're going between being down and happy. Your emotions are busy. You're a busy person, or your emotions are a busy person, or something like that. Or you're just a busy person, implying how much work or emotions are doing, I guess, going between sad and happy. Shobon to shitari, yorokondari, isogashi yacha na.
しょぼんとしたり喜んだり忙しやっちゃな。お行儀悪いと思われたかな。しょぼんとしたり喜んだり忙しやっちゃな。お行儀悪いと思われたかな。
お行が悪いと思われたかな。See, o gyoki, manners, behavior. So this is basically ogyoki ga warui, or in other words, bad manners, and then to quoting it, and then omowareta kana, so received thinking. So in other words, I wonder if he thought I had bad manners or behavior. Because she was wondering if she received that thought from him. Ogyogi warui to omowareta kana. Gyogi. That's from going, and then ceremony rules, affair, case, matter. Ogyogi.
したり喜んだり忙しやっちゃな。
Ogyogi warui to omowareta kana.
お行儀悪いと思われたかな。でも私のこと気にしてくれたし。
Demo watashi no koto. So watashi no koto is basically how you refer to an attribute about yourself. A koto is like some attribute about your attributes. So watashi no koto is an attribute about yourself. Kini shite. So ki is like mind or thought. So but it's being attached with ni. So thought, doing thought. Kureta received. So in other words, but he thought about me, and then that she is just like a reasoning she. Not she won't necessarily finish the reason and spell it out, but it's like because of this, then something else. So demo watashi no koto ki ni shite kureta shi. I see, but did he care about me? So I would explain the grammar of this. Kinishite. Oh yeah, kurete gave. So gave. Kinisudu, adverb meaning to care about, to worry about. Doing thoughtly, I guess. Or doing with thought, I guess. Doing with thought. In other words, carrying a thought, spirit, mind. So he gave doing with thought. In other words, he thought about her or cared about her. Okay, I guess. The benefit of speaker. Okay. She, a sentence in particle used for listing reasons or providing explanatory context. It suggests that the fact stated is one of several reasons for the speaker's current attitude or feeling. It often translates to because or in the or and in a casual sense. Demo, watashi no koto ki ni shite kureta shi.
たり喜んだり忙しやっちゃな。お行儀悪いと思われたかな。でも私のこと気にしてくれたし。だけど
だけど considering that, but, だけど demo, but. However, aka considering that, but, okay, the demo, but, however, だけど demo.
でも私のこと気にしてくれたし。だけどアホらしい。急いでや、友也が待ってるで。
ほらし、
くれたし。だけどアホらしい。急いでや、友也が待ってるで。
アホらしい、急いで、や、しがいてるで。忙しい、急いで、okay, so hurriedly. So this is Q, but when used with de, it's an expression meaning you say it as isoide, hurriedly. Aho, fool, idiot. That's a kansai ben thing, and then rashi. Rashi, is it one eye or multiple eyes? Seeming eye, okay, yeah, so that's why. Rush. Tomoyo ga it, it, iteru. Explain the grammar of ahorashi is a non-stem or dialect or emphatic contraction of ahorashi. And I adds the meaning ridiculous, stupid, or silly. In standard Japanese, ahorashi functions as a shortening, more emotional form, like used for speed or dramatic effect. It can carry the tone of frustration or urgency, as they're saying, "This is so stupid, no time to waste." This kind of truncation is common in casual or animated speech, especially in Kansai dialects or character speech, for comedic effect. Okay, so that Rashi is part of the Rashi. Is Rashi its own word or two words together? It's its own single word, specifically an I adjective in Japanese. Two separate words combined on the spot. Probably was at one point in time two words. Ahorashi. Okay, ridiculous. So in other words, appears like an idiot. Let's see. Ahorashi isoide. So isoide ya Tomoyo ga iteru de. So why is ya there? I'll probably finish in that sentence. To do hurry, but isoide. What type of word is that? Isogu, to hurry, to rush. Oh, okay, and this is isoide in its connected form. Why is ya here? Why is ya in this? The ya in ahorashi isoide ya tomoyo ga iteru de is a sentence ending particle from the Kansai dialect commonly used in casual or emotional, frequently heard in anime and characters like Cerberus from Card Captor Sakura. Okay, so it functions as a regional variant of the standard Japanese particle yo used to add emphasis. Okay, assert urgency, convey new information to the listener. So, isoide ya means hurry up. Oh, I'm telling you. We're stronger and more distinct than a isoide. In concepts that like ya often replaces da and yo in the declarative sentences, especially in masculine or energetic sentences, combined with de at the end of the next phrase. Iteru de reinforces the assertive tone. She's rated, I'm telling you. Okay. Is this ya a da or yo replacement? Replacement for da. So, ahorashi. Ahorashi. Ridiculous. Ahorashi. I wonder, is ahorashi kansai ben? Is ahorashi kansai ben? No, ahorashi is not unique to kansai ben. It's standard Japanese. The word aho is the kansai ben equivalent of baka. Okay. However, the suffix rashi meaning resembling or characteristic of a standard Japanese grammar. Therefore, ahorashi meaning silly or ridiculous or foolishness in standard Japanese, while kansai ben speakers use it. It's not exclusively the dialect. The Kansai dialect glossary. Okay, the specific Kansai ben term for silly or ridiculous is aho kusai. Does ahorashi come from aho and rashi? Yes, ahorashi is derived from Kansai ben word aho meaning fool and the standard Japanese rashi meaning like or characteristic of. Therefore, literally means fool-like or characteristic of a fool, which translates to ridiculous or silly in English. While aho is consonant dialect, the grammatical structure of rashi is standard Japanese. So aho rashi isoide ya. So aho rashi isoide ya tomoyo ga iteru de.
のこと気にしてくれたし、だけどでもアホらしい。急いでや、友也が待ってるで。ゆきとさん。サイレントっていう意味ですわね。そのとゆきとさん。サイレント
silento, or that's kanji used in Shizuka. Shizuka.
音がないっていう意味ですわね。
音がないって、so no sound not existing, or doing no sound exist. No, this is say, okay, to say no sound exists. 意味です。はね、so the said the said meaning is no sound exists. So 音がないって音がないっていう意味ですわね。So it means sound doesn't exist, or silence, essentially. 音がないっていう意味ですわね。
サイレント？音がないっていう意味ですわね。その通りや。うるさいのが大嫌いなカードなんや。
その通りや。うるさいのがお嫌い。I believe that's 嫌い。お嫌い。So very much dislikes. Very much dislike card. So in other words, noisiness. So as for noise, let's see. のがうるさいのが That is all 嫌い, right?
音がないっていう意味ですわね。その通りや。うるさいのが大嫌いなカード。
Oh, 大嫌い。So as for the noise, it's the card's dislike, I guess. Let's see, noise dislike card. In other words, the card doesn't like noise. Then sonotori, street row. Oh yeah, Tori road, but in this case it's being used to meaning like that's correct. In other words, you're following the right path. That's correct. Sonotori, that path. Sonotoria. うるさいのが大嫌いなカードなんや。Hating, strongly disliking. Yeah, Kirai is already hating something as it is. Oh, it's Dai Kirai. So that's extreme dislike, okay. That's exactly right. It's a card that really hates being told what to do. Okay. Now I think that's translated wrong. I think it's supposed to be like, it's referring to noise, so it really hates noise. explain the grammar of Yeah, it does look like it's saying noisy card because it's kind of strange the way it's structured. Urusai no ga daikirai na kado so nanya. So to be noisy card. Urusai, that's noisy. So as for noisiness, see, it's a card that really hates it. Daikirai. Now, how does this mean that the Kado hates it? In this. This is the top of the sentence indicating that, okay. Hates daikirai, non-adjective meaning, okay. Noisy urusai no ga. This is the object of the dislike. The structure is subject, object, ga, adjective, da, okay. The sentence uses concept and dialect, not, okay. Nana instead of nanya, okay, yes. So as for noisy, let's see, if that was an adjective like red, I would be saying the red card. So when you say the strong dislike card, you're not talking about you disliking the card, you're saying that the card has a strong dislike, okay. So as for noisiness, the card dislikes it, okay, so Sonatoria urusai no ga daikirai na kado nanya.
サイレント音がないっていう意味ですわね。その通りや。うるさいのが大嫌いなカードなんや。だからがないっていう意味ですわね。その通りや。うるさいのが大嫌いなカードなんや。
Shitsumon ga arimasu ka? Are there any questions? Okay, let's raid someone, so please stick around for the raid. Okay, let's see. Okay, well, I was trying to raid the other two streamers, but they apparently haven't set up raids, so we're gonna raid Kanade. Okay, I want to raid Midnight in the Mountains. They're doing streaming from DreamHack Day 2. Looks like a lot of games in that room. Okay, and the last person we're going to raid is... Carstar X. Gonna be the last person we raid. Minasan, okiyotsukete, mata ashita. Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow.